Chicago. Quarterback Jake Cutler missing his second consecutive game. Here's what head coach John Fox had to say about the situation. And for more, we check in downstairs. Say hello to Laura Oakland. Laura.
Hi, Kenny. John Fox is usually saying very little about injuries. That's what Chicago's used to. But he told me he is not being coy. Jake Cutler's thumb is seriously injured. And he said that there's no timetable set because it's such a hard injury to heal and also to predict. He told me that Cutler should have been taken out sooner a couple weeks ago versus Dallas. He gutted out too long. The coaches should have taken him out. As for the quarterback taking his place, Brian Hoyer, he has experience. He won the starting job with 2 teams and has a career-winning record. How Long said, we love this guy. He's got all the intangibles you can't coach. Kenny?
So Brian Hoyer starts today, backed up by Matt Barkley. John Fox has taken 2 franchises to the Super Bowl. Second season as Bears head coach. Lions win the toss, elect to defer. Deontay Thompson from the 5. And Thompson takes it all the way out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. 29 on the return, so terrific starting field position for Brian Hoyer. Laura mentioned his winning record as a starting quarterback in the NFL, 15-12.
He actually earned the starting role in 2 of those stops throughout his career. And every time we've had the opportunity to sit down with Brian Hoyer, we walk away very impressed with his confidence, his knowledge of the game.
Started 9 games for Houston last season. Empty backfield for Chicago on 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. And Hoyer completes his first pass for a first down out to the 49-yard line. It's the tight end, Zach Miller, who had a big game against the Cowboys last week, gain of 17.
Offensive line is starting to gel together, but when you play your opponent, one of the things you want to do is take away a strength. The strength for the Bears, their wide receivers on the outside, Alshon Jeffrey, Kevin White, but the Lions concerned with that 3rd wide receiver, Eddie Royal.
This is the rookie out of Indiana, Jordan Howard, getting a start. Bears without a couple of running backs, Jeremy Langford and Kadeem Carey. Lions also banged up on the defensive side.
Missing 2 of their big playmakers, Ezekiel Ansah and DeAndre Levy. But one of the guys that you have to cheer for, Tyre Whitehead. He's gone the long, hard way, came into the league. Not expecting a lot from him. You know, as coaches look at him, he's one of those overachievers, starts on special teams, but I tell you what, he's off to a good start as a starting middle linebacker for the Lions.
This is Howard. He's bottled up on 2nd down.
It will be a point of emphasis for this Lions defense. They know their challenge on the outside with the wide receivers. They have struggled with the tight end all season long, so they cannot allow Jordan Howard in this running game to get some traction.
You mentioned Ansah and Levy. Lions also without starting safety Tavon Wilson. For Raphael Bush gets the start for Wilson. 3rd down and 11. Bears must get to the Lions' 40-yard line for a first down as Hoyer throws some miscommunication with Alshon Jeffrey, so the Bears will punt it away.
A lot of adjustments on the outside based on coverage, and here's Alshon Jeffrey working against Nevin Lawson. He's going to break this route to the inside, and Brian Hoyer is expecting him to go out to the sideline.
So Pat O'Donnell will punt it away. Andre Roberts is back deep, the former Cardinal and Redskin. Roberts lets it go and takes a Lions bounce into the end zone. So Detroit will start from the 20, their first offensive series. Soldier Field in Chicago, 65 degrees. Not much wind. As Matthew Stafford leads the Lions offense out onto the field. He's won his last 6 starts against the Bears. Passed for over 700 yards and 7 touchdowns in the 2 matchups last season.
Those are some big numbers from last season.
From the 20 on first down, this is Theo Riddick. Lions lost their starting running back, Amir Abdullah, a couple of weeks ago, so it is Riddick for a gain of 6 on first down.
Well, at the start of the year, everybody excited about all the weapons you have in this offense. And Golden Tate, kind of the guy coming back with the retirement of Calvin Johnson, expected to be the go-to guy. That hasn't worked. It's been Marvin Jones Jr. I expect Golden Tate now, as there'll be a shift from opponents to kind of lean a little bit more towards Marvin Jones. As Matthew Stafford works through his progressions, expect Golden Tate to get some more chances.
Second down and 4. Quick out to Anquan Bolden. Bolden, the 14-year vet. Sam Acho makes the tackle. Bears also depleted on the defensive side.
Yeah, missing a couple of big players. Lamar Houston outside, Eddie Goldman inside. One of the guys they do have, though, Willie Young. You've got to find a way to impact the quarterback. And with a young guy, Leonard Floyd, opposite him, Willie Young is going to be the guy they're going to lean on to get pressure on Matthew Stafford.
No Danny Trevathan. Kyle Fuller placed on IR this week. Third down and 3. As Stafford throws. And now the Lions will punt it away. He was looking for the tight end, Eric Ebron.
Eric Ebron, one of those weapons here in this offense, a tight end, a big body that can break formation, get to the outside, create matchups in a one-on-one situation. That's a catchable ball. Eric Ebron's got to make that catch, get the first down, and continue to allow this offense to stay on the field.
Sam Martin out to punt. Eddie Royal back deep. Jim Caldwell, Lions head coach, told us last night Royal was the best punt returner that we had seen so far this season. And Royal takes it at the 20. Royal looking to turn the corner. He does. And is finally tripped up. There is a flag. Following the 18-yard return by Eddie Royal.
You're trying to get one of those wall returns, but to do that, you've got to cross the entire width of the field.
During the return of the kick, illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 36. 10-yard penalty and first down.
Leaves you very susceptible to a type of penalty like that, trying to get that wall return on the sideline.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
Second series for the Chicago Bears following the penalty on the return. Bears start from the 17-yard line, play action, and the catch is made by Jeffrey. And Alshon Jeffrey picks up the first down out to the 33, 16-yard pass play.
Nice misdirection, bringing your big wide receiver across the field. Finds that second tier wide open in coverage.
First and 10 from the 33-yard line. 3 receiver set. Howard in the backfield. 20. On first down, it's Howard. He found a hole. And Jordan Howard picks up a first down out to the 45-yard line. He had a 36-yard run last week. He gains 12 on first down, getting the start, and he's a bit slow to get back up. And we talked about the Bears' injury situation at the running back position without Jeremy Langford, without Kadeem Carey. Cutler missing his second consecutive game. Trevathan and Goldman on the defensive side. So the Bears medical staff checking out the rookie Jordan Howard.
On Fox is sponsored by Bud Light. Beer with your team on it.
Back in Chicago, Jordan Howard to the sidelines. That is the ex-Lion Joint Bell, signed by the Bears this week. Now in the backfield is the former Redskin Logan Paulson, unable to make the catch.
Another new addition here to the Chicago Bears, and Jordan Howard got back to the sideline. He'll be back in the lineup here in a few minutes.
53. Now second and 10 from the 45-yard line. Joint Bell, first carry as a Bear. He spins and gains a couple out to the 47 as we head to Los Angeles for a game break. Check in with Carissa Thompson. Carissa.
Thanks, Kenny. Opening drive of the game, Cleveland at Washington. Jordan Reed, 8-yard touchdown catch from Kirk Cousins. Reed's first touchdown of the season. Redskins up early, 7-0. Kenny, Daryl, and Laura.
All right, thanks, Carissa. Redskins looking to their second straight. Jordan Howard back on the field, Daryl, as you predicted, for the Bears on third down.
Hey, Lion.
Third down and 8. Bears must get to the Detroit 45 as Hoyer throws and finds his man for a first down. It's Eddie Royal in Detroit territory, a gain of 13.
And I think it's very interesting that Jim Caldwell was really concerned with this coming into the game, and you get your focus on your big guys outside, and a little help right there. You know, Brian Hoyer's new in here with this system. Eddie Royal's giving him some tips on the outside, what he sees from a route running perspective to make sure they're on the same page. Again, a little bit of that communication, a little bit of that chemistry that will be challenged with all the injuries that they've had.
3 receivers, all to the right side. Now Royal motions to the left. It's Howard up the middle. Going Howard to the Detroit 35-yard line. Raphael Bush brought him down. Howard began his collegiate career at Alabama Birmingham. They dropped the program. Transferred to Indiana. And was a 5th-round draft pick by the Bears.
I'm surprised that both of these running backs lasted as late as they did in the draft. You start to see the way they performed, Dwayne Washington and Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard, very impressive, good feet, big back, physical running style.
Washington, a 7th-round pick by the Lions. 2nd down and 5. Hoyer throws near side. It's the tight end Paulson. But right there to bring him down is Darius Slay. Gain of 2, setting up 3rd down and 3 for Chicago.
An area of struggle for the Chicago Bears, staying on the field, converting 3rd downs, extending drives. It's been an issue for them during the course of the season here early on.
Right, ranked 27th in the league on 3rd down. 8th play of the drive for the Bears. 6 defensive backs in for Detroit.
Here's Eddie Royal right here.
3rd down and 3. Hoyer throws. It's Jeffrey for a Bears first down. To the Lions' 25-yard line.
And that's the challenge. When you elect to go man-to-man, you're going to have one safety drop back in the middle of the field. But when you go man-to-man, look at the size of Alshon Jeffrey in this matchup. You're going to get that big body on the slant, physical on the release, square those shoulders, give your quarterback a nice target.
So the Bears 2 for 3 on 3rd down today after struggling over their first 3 games. Looking for their first victory. It's Howard on 1st down.
We had Detroit in the opener against Indianapolis, and coming into that game, one of the things that was really talked about for the Lions was their defensive line, the depth that they had, the quality of personnel throughout that line. There was going to be some tough decisions made at roster time. And you're going up against an offensive line that's starting to build its chemistry. Right now, the Chicago Bears offensive line doing a nice job against Detroit in the run game.
Lions rotating personnel. They have 10 defensive linemen active today. But a big loss in Ziggy Ansah. On 2nd and 5. Hoyer fires downfield. He was looking for Howard. There is a flag. Tahir Whitehead on the coverage.
Jordan Howard going to release out of the backfield. Just kind of a plain old circle route going down the field.
Defense, number 59. The ball be placed in the spot of the foul and an automatic first down.
I didn't really see a whole lot of contact there from Tahir Whitehead. Don't really understand it. Didn't see it. You could even see that Jordan Howard, as he came out, not really going full speed on that route. All of a sudden, halfway through it, he starts to accelerate, recognizes he's man-to-man. But I did not see anything from Tahir Whitehead.
Lions upset about a big pass interference call in their game last week, which cost them 66 yards. So following the penalty, 1st and goal from the Lions 4. Hoyer can't find anyone. Rolling to his right. And now throws to the end zone. Touchdown. Eddie Royal.
Well, we've seen a couple of examples of the Bears really with their chemistry and their communication with all these injury challenges doing a nice job. Here's a play that breaks down. You know, eventually Detroit is going to come free, get some pressure on Brian Hoyer and flush him out of the pocket. Now you're scramble mode. So everybody's adjusting. And look at Eddie Royal. Here he is right here, working that side. He's going to work to the outside. Then you're going to plant your foot in the ground, come back to the inside. Good location on the throw by Brian Hoyer.
Second touchdown of the season for Eddie Royal. Connor Barth out to attempt the 33-yard extra point. So the Bears, who scored only 7 first-quarter points over their first 3 games, strike first. Hoyer, the Royal, 7-0 Chicago.
A's Game on Fox is sponsored by Chevrolet. More 2016 J.D. Power Dependability Awards than any other brand. By Samsung Pay. Turn your phone into your wallet. And by McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Back in Chicago, Bears had lost 6 straight to the Lions. Chicago out to an early lead, 10-play, 83-yard drive. First 5-minute drive of the season for the Bears. Hoyer, 5 for 6. Andre Roberts. And Roberts tripped up as he crosses the 15-yard line by Sherrick McManus.
Well, Kenny, you mentioned the big call against Detroit last week against Green Bay, 66 yards. Let's keep an eye on Jordan Howard here. And here's Tyre Whitehead. Watch him, 59, coming from the inside. Very little contact right there. So at the beginning of the game, what we do is we kind of take a look at how the officials are going to call that. That leads to this touchdown on the scramble to Eddie Royal. Pass interference is very subjective, and it's going to vary from crew to crew on how you call it. So Jim Caldwell needs to get to his guys right now on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to call this thing tight. So all the hand checking on the outside, just be real careful. Tony Corrente and his crew have sent the message on how they're going to call pass interference this afternoon.
Penalty markers, and the play is blown dead on first down.
False start. Offense, number 85. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Eric Ebron.
Tough start right now for Eric Ebron. He had the drop on the opening drive on third down that would have extended that drive, and now here you put yourself in a little bit of a hole. And it's one of the things that Detroit talked about. We've talked about consistency and chemistry, communication. Negative plays, you have to eliminate the negative plays, whether it's a run for a loss, a 5-yard penalty. They've got to get rid of those.
Penalties have been an issue for the Lions. They've committed the 3rd most in the league. 2 so far today. Stafford rolling right on first down, stays on his feet, and then throws. He was looking for Riddick, and there is a flag with Stafford across the line of scrimmage when he got rid of the football. His entire body and the ball must be across.
Exactly. You could just have the last few toes on the other side of that blue line, and,
right.
and it will be a legal play. So let's see where Matthews out when he throws this. He has crossed it. Yes, he's well beyond right there.
Looked like no body part was even close.
There is no foul for an ineligible receiver downfield on the pass since the pass was thrown from beyond the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass. Offense, number 9. 5-yard penalty with the loss of down. Creates second down.
Back-to-back negative plays to start this drive, and you've just got to have that awareness on the field as a quarterback. Matthew Stafford under pressure on that play, trying to create something out of nothing as it broke down, lost track of his positioning on the field.
3rd Lions penalty, 2nd on this possession. Now 2nd down and 20. From the 8-yard line on 2nd down. Stafford, again, could not find a receiver. And now he throws. It's off the hands of Theo Riddick.
Right now, the Bears are not going to let anybody get deep on them. Here's Marvin Jones, big breakout game against the Packers last week, leads the NFL in yards. They're going to be aware of where he's at. They're going to keep him in front. Now, on that play, they kept everybody in front. It was a horizontal stretch, so that means you've got players trying to find those open windows, stretching across the width of the field. Good coverage by the Bears.
Well, what a game for Jones, 205 yards receiving against the Packers. Third down and 18. Lions must get to the 26-yard line for a first down, and they will not, as that pass was intended for Jones, and the Lions will punt it away.
You just get in the wrong frame of mind mentally. As a player, you come out your first snap, you've got a penalty, now it's 1st and 15. You follow that up with another penalty. This series was completely out of sync from the Lions from the get-go. Just a bad series overall.
2 possessions, 2 3-and-outs, no first downs for Detroit. 3 key penalties, 2 on offense, 1 on the defensive side, and now Martin from the end zone. Eddie Royal waiting. Takes it out to 41. Looking to cut off field, nowhere to go. But terrific field position for the Bears, who lead the Lions by 7. Sports Supports is proud to team up with NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, in support of Mental Illness Awareness Week. Join us in replacing stigma with hope. By learning more about how to be stigma-free, visit foxsportsupports.com. 7-0 Chicago. Bears start from their 43-yard line with number 43, Joy Bell, in the backfield. 2 tight end set. On first down, this is Bell. He spins and takes it out to the 49-yard line, gain of 6. During his collegiate days at Wayne State in Michigan, he worked as a security guard during Lions training camp at their facility, then played for the Lions, and everyone we talked to on the Detroit side loves this guy personally.
Absolutely. You know, when you lose a teammate and all of a sudden you end up winding up playing against him down the road on a Sunday afternoon, it's interesting to hear how much respect the Lions have for Joy Bell and how much they enjoyed him being a teammate.
On 2nd and 5, it's Logan Paulson. And the Bears pick up a first down in Lions territory.
We talked at the top about consistency, Kenny, and right now, you know, the way the Bears have started this game out, a good return to start the game. You know, that first series, okay, you get a couple first downs here and there, you get the scoring drive after that. Here they are again, kind of getting into another rhythm on this 3rd possession.
From the Lions 44, the quick out. And it's Cameron Meredith. Meredith to the Lions 39.
The style of play we see in the offense is just not always about being that big physical receiver on the outside. You've got to be complete. You've got to be a blocker on the edge to allow opportunities for your teammates. I like the play calling to start this game by Dowell Loggins. This is very well done. He's gotten Brian Hoyer into a rhythm. It's high efficiency passing. You're able to build on one series to the next.
Hoyer 8 of 10. He's hit 5 different receivers. Hoyer with time, can't find anyone. He spins, backpedaling, and now he throws, and Meredith unable to make the catch.
First time we've had a little bit of pressure. Now that ball's coming out quick, so it's kind of hard for the Detroit Lions defensive front to get that pressure on. A little twist inside. Haloti Ngata kind of breaking through, collapsing that pocket in the middle. Number 92 right there, pressing up into the pocket.
Third down and 5. Hoyer on third down is sacked back at the 46-yard line by Darius Slay.
Coming off the edge, offensive right side. And Jordan Howard right here, you wonder if this is running back responsibility. It's going to kind of come up here, and sometimes you get caught in the middle. No, you had a double blitz, so he steps up. He's got Miles Killebrew in protection, takes that man, so that's an overload blitz. A good call by defensive coordinator Terrell Austin. Overloads that right side of Chicago's line.
Todd O'Donnell punting for the second time. Roberts deep for Detroit. Lions will let it go. But the Bears could not keep it out of the end zone. So it's a touchback. Lions will start from their 20-yard line, looking for their first down today, trailing by 7. Back in Chicago, Kenny Albert, Darryl Johnston, Laura Oakman. Bears lead the Lions 7-0. Lions with the 4th-ranked offense in the league. They average 27 points per game, but have not been able to get going to this point today. Darryl, that's the first carry for the rookie out of Washington. You mentioned him earlier, Dwayne Washington, for a gain of 5 as we head for a game break in Los Angeles. Kurt Menefee. Kurt.
Well, Washington is off to a nice start, and so is, in particular, Jordan Reed. This is his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 2 on the year. Right now, they're up 14-0 starting the 2nd quarter against Cleveland. Kenny, Moose, and Laura.
All right, thanks, Kurt. So a terrific start for the Redskins. Eric Ebron, the Lions tight end, remains down.
Yeah, it's been a tough part of his career, battling through the injuries. You're inside, you can see 85 right there, right here in the middle of that pile. And as that pile gets pushed forward, you've got all those bodies there, and sometimes you get rolled up and bent awkwardly. You can see the grimace on his face as he goes down. You do the best you can when you feel that pile move. You've got to start getting high knees up, get those feet out of the ground, continue to move with that pile. Never allow your feet to get trapped in the turf.
Ebron missed a portion of training camp and preseason due to a right leg injury. 3rd-year tight end out of North Carolina.
But I like that play call on 1st down. It's time to get Dwayne Washington involved in this game. Jim Bob Cooter has not done that the first couple of series. It's one difference that you see between Chicago and Detroit right now. Chicago leaning on that run game a little bit at the start.
Took it down in 5. 2nd catch today for Anquan Bolden. As he is summary, but he picks up the 1st down, to hit by the free safety Adrian Amos on Bolden.
Well, this is a nice job because Anquan Bolden is one of the more physical wide receivers you'll see in the NFL.
Well, both of Stafford's completions have gone to Bolden. Stafford 2 for 5 for only 6 yards. This is Washington.
Nick Kwiatkowski, number 44, pressed into service with the injuries at the linebacker position. Now, here's a guy that didn't get a lot of time in training camp because of an injury on day 1. Really didn't play until that 4th preseason game. Inactive for the first 2 games to start the season. And, you know, your first time out, you're going to be a little rusty against Dallas. But I tell you, the one thing that does jump out at you when you watch film, he can strike somebody.
4th-round pick out of West Virginia. 2nd down and 9. Stafford in trouble. Down he goes. Back at the 22-yard line, Akeem Hicks with his first sack of the season.
And this is just 4 down, so this is a good sign for the Bears' pressure when you can get there with just the 4. See if Akeem comes from the inside there. Just driving that, pushing that pile, working against 2 different guys. Good, relentless bull rush back to Matthew Stafford.
Hicks, the former New Orleans Saint, New England Patriot. 3rd down and 16. Lions must cross the 40. It's the screen. Washington. Not nearly enough. So the Lions finally pick up a 1st down, but they will punt for the 3rd time in this quarter.
And right now, just struggling. A little bit of self-inflicted wounds right now for this Detroit Lions offense. Some drops, some penalties. You had the sack on that series, so it's been difficult for them to get into any type of rhythm because they've had those negative plays in each series.
Sam Martin punting for the 3rd time. Eddie Royal calls for the fair catch at the 11-yard line. Another good series for the Bears defense, and the sack by a smiling Hicks. October 8th, the Super Saturday. It kicks off on the gridiron at 11 Eastern, Texas and Oklahoma. Then at 3:30 Eastern, Game 2 of the NLDS Live. Finally at 7 Eastern, it's UFC 204 prelims only on FS1. Coming up next Saturday, there's Jake Cutler sitting out his second consecutive game due to the thumb injury. Bears with a 10-play, 83-yard drive earlier. The touchdown pass from Brian Hoyer to Eddie Royal.
And the big one that you look at, that last possession, they got great starting field position at their own 43 and not able to take advantage of that to put some more points on the board. The importance of every possession, especially when you have great field position, you have to take advantage of it.
This is the worst starting field position of the day for the Bears. From their 11-yard line, Howard in the backfield, 3 receivers to the left side. As Hoyer hands it off to Howard. And he takes it out to the 15-yard line for a gain of 4 as the clock winds down. Half minute remaining in the first quarter here in Chicago. Hoyer 8 of 11. He has found 5 different receivers. Matthew Stafford, not the numbers that we are used to seeing from Stafford over the course of a full quarter.
Yeah, especially when you saw the numbers that he put up against the Bears in the 2 games last year. Over 700 yards combined, 7 touchdowns with only 1 interception.
So 1 quarter in the books from Soldier Field. Bears looking for their first win of the season, out to a 7-0 lead on Stafford and the Lions. First quarter numbers, only 21 total yards, 1 first down for Detroit.
And one of the big things the Bears have been able to do is control field position. Detroit has started their drives backed up. Chicago's backed up right here. Just string a couple of first downs together and see if you can flip that back. Worst case scenario.
2nd down and 6 following the fake to Howard. This is Royal, and he dives ahead for a, let's see, it's close. Will depend on the spot.
Looks like they're moving them.
Yes, the Bears have picked up a first down to Kurt Menefee. Kurt.
Well, how do you welcome a new guy to the team? You give him a touchdown to cap off a 92-yard drive. Russell Wilson to C.J. Spiller just signed this week, and he puts the Seahawks on top of the Jets, 7-3. Kenny?
All right, thanks, Kurt. 1st and 10, 21-yard line. As Howard stays on his feet. And gains 5.
He's doing a nice job here at the start of the game. He's keeping the Bears ahead of the chains. He's allowing Dowell Loggins, the offensive coordinator, to call good plays here on 2nd down by that positive first down runs.
Howard averaging over 4 yards per carry. 2nd down and 5. On the toss, it's Howard once again. And Howard picks up a first down and more. There is a flag. Finally forced out of bounds at the 41-yard line after a gain of 15. But we will check with the referee, Tony Correnti.
This might have been back early in the run by one of the wide receivers. Listen, I'm not going to say that I never held in my career, but I always knew when it was time to let go.
You did?
Holding,
Oh, yeah.
offense, number 14, 10-yard penalty, and repeat, 2nd down.
It is Deontay Thompson.
There's an art to holding in the NFL. So here's Deontay Thompson right here, and you get in, and number 1, you don't get outside the framework. That makes it real easy. That's even if you throw your hands up at the end of that one, you're not going to sell that one to any referee out there. So get your hands on the inside. Then if you want to get a handful of jersey, you can. But as that guy starts to break away from you, you got to let go and just hope your guy has made the corner.
But you are betting that you held on occasion.
Absolutely, Lenny.
2nd down, 11.
It's only holding if it gets called.
Exactly. Here's Howard. Howard out to the 22-yard line. Gains a couple. Maloney not on the tackle, so the Bears facing a 3rd and long, early 2nd quarter, leading the Lions 7-0.
And that could end up being a big penalty. That's a nice run. You've already flipped field position on that long run by Jordan Howard. Now with that holding penalty and a long 3rd down situation here at 3rd and 9. A critical snap right here. If Detroit can get off the field, maybe improve their field position and allow that offense to open that playbook a little more.
Third down and 9. Bears must get to the 31. Warrior throws. It's the tight end, Zach Miller, but he will be stopped a yard shy. Good job by the Lions defensive unit led by Glover Quinn.
If you're going to run your route a little bit short of the sticks, as soon as you catch it, you've got to turn and get north-south. Right now, turn, get north-south. You went a little bit lateral with your first steps.
O'Donnell out to punt for the third time. Roberts back deep for the Lions. Roberts hustling to his left, takes it up the 19-yard line. Up the sidelines. Out of bounds at the 34. 15-yard return. 7-0 Bears.
Sponsored by Ford F-Series, the official truck of the NFL. By Burger King. Now you can get 2 delicious Whopper meals for just $10 only at Burger King. And by Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach.
Well, that's where we spent our day on Friday. The Bears' beautiful training facility, Hallis Hall in Lake Forest, Illinois.
If you're a fan of the game of football, what a great place to be able to visit on a Friday afternoon. The history and the tradition of this organization, one of the tops in the NFL.
Lions' first 3 possessions, 3 punts, only 1 first down. Start from the 34, the fake to Riddick. Stafford fires downfield, and it's incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Cole Wick.
It was a nice job by Chicago on this play because it's your traditional bootleg, and you're looking for your flat receiver right away that's going to end up trying to go deep down the field here. But there's 15. Golden Tate, as he went that way, he actually got collision by one of the Bear defenders, took him completely out of the route as the first progression and safety valve for Matthew Stafford.
Lions still without Eric Ebron. So Wick, the intended receiver, on first down. Now 2nd and 10. Stafford underneath, and then breaking through to pick up some extra yardage is Riddick. He's down at the 38.
Well, some of the surprising struggles with the Bears defensively, regardless of their injury situation, is who they've played. You look at the starts. I mean, Brock Osweiler, that was his 8th start at the time. Carson Wentz, his 2nd start at the time. Dak Prescott, his 3rd start. And look at the numbers that those young quarterbacks have put up, especially Carson Wentz and Dak Prescott.
Facing rookies the last 2 weeks. Stafford on 3rd down, throws. It is Riddick, incomplete. He was out of bounds.
That's a really nice job by Jarrell Freeman, because Theo Riddick is a very difficult matchup in the passing game if you elect to go linebacker, even safety on him. And Jarrell Freeman is with him step for step, making him work the entire time through that route.
Did not get his feet down in bounds. There's Freeman, who is the leading tackler for the Bears over their first 3 games. Martin punting for the 4th time. Royal, who has the game's only touchdown, takes it up to 12. Did not call for a fair catch. Return of 8 now to the 20-yard line. So the frustrations continue for Matthew Stafford and the Lions offense. Bears lead it by 7. Nothing Bears. Not only have the Bears lost 6 straight at the hands of the Lions, Bears have lost 6 straight here at home. Their last win last October 4th against the Oakland Raiders. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. This is Kevin White. White out to the 28-yard line. Down to Laura.
Had fun on this Bears sideline. If you will notice, the wide receivers, while they are not on the field, they are all sitting on the bench or standing by the bench, holding a football. We've heard all week them talking about chemistry, not just with players, footballs. Wide receiver coach Curtis Johnson has them do that all the time, Kenny.
2nd and 2, Howard bottled up.
We saw them at practice on Friday, and at one point, Coach Johnson yelled over to Kevin White and said, "Why aren't you throwing the football, playing catch?" He goes, I am with Eddie. He goes, "You should have had 20 catches by now." I mean, he was on the guys all practice to get familiar, to be very comfortable with the football, always catching it, always having it in their hands.
And those receivers have done a good job today as Hoyer has started the game 11 of 14. Howard did pick up the first down from the 30. Make it 12 of 15. This is White. White up the sidelines. And he has another Bears first down out to the 42.
And he needs that. He needs, you can see Kevin White right now. He's excited. He had the big catch against Dallas down the sideline, very athletic. That's what he needs. He needs something early to get him emotionally involved in the game. And Dow Loggins has done a nice job here on this drive. Little bubble screen on the first play. That's a nice little motion across formation. Drop him into the flat. Give him another nice, easy catch and run opportunity.
Stayed in bounds, gains 12. Missed his entire rookie season due to injury. First round pick out of West Virginia last year. Off the fake to Howard. Hoyer fires into Lions territory. But this time White unable to hang on.
To take an opportunity down the field. You get a nice hard run cell here. One of the big reasons you need Jordan Howard working well. And we got a challenge flag out. Kevin White came up, said he made the catch here. You can see it kind of got stuck on his leg. He never allowed that football to hit the ground.
Right, it was immediately ruled an incomplete pass, and John Fox has quickly thrown the red flag.
I think that's one of the things that a coach has to build with his receivers is when they stand up and say, I made the catch.
The ruling on the field of an incomplete pass.
You know, you've got to have that relationship there. You know, sometimes receivers think they have the catch, but they really don't. But this was good advice from John Fox listening to Kevin White on this one. I think they're going to get that ball ruled overturned as a catch.
This game is sponsored by Fox Searchlight Pictures' new movie, The Birth of a Nation, only in theaters this Friday.
Back in Chicago, John Fox has challenged the ruling on the field.
Well, I think Kevin White's going to have to build his rapport back with Coach John Fox. Looks good right here. It looks like he does have the catch, like that ball never hit the ground, but the angle from behind, a different story.
The play, the ball actually hit the ground and helped him to maintain possession. It is an incomplete pass. The ruling on the field is confirmed. It'll be second down and 10 at the 43-yard line, and Chicago will be charged with their first timeout.
So that second one, the second replay was the definitive replay. We went away to commercial with that first one, and we did think that Kevin White had the catch. So now you got to build all that rapport back with John Fox. John Fox is not going to trust Kevin White on the next one. He tells him, I've got the catch, Coach.
Perhaps this week Curtis Johnson has them attempting to catch balls between their legs.
Don't allow it to hit the ground ever, guys.
Well, the Bears lose a timeout, lose their first challenge, second and 10 from the 43. This is Howard. Good second effort. Howard out to the 46-yard line. As we head to Los Angeles once again, Kurt Menefee.
Well, the Falcons, Matt Ryan started the game 8 for 8, technically 9 for 9, but this ninth one not the way he wanted. Pick 6 for Kurt Coleman. That got Carolina on the board. Atlanta's added a field goal since, and now they lead it by 10 in the second quarter. Kenny moves from on.
How about that? Carolina was one of the teams that John Fox brought up to us trying to figure out, you know, how this league is panning out here as we finish the first month. At Carolina sitting at 1-2.
Right, he said we're only one game behind Carolina, team that he coached for a long time. This is White, and this time he's able to hang on for a Bears first down.
He's going to continue to get better and better the more he learns to run his routes, working against Nevin Lawson on the outside, one-on-one, push it up the field, snap, get back. Now, this is a guy who came from an offense at West Virginia where they ran mostly go routes to him, some quick screens just to use that athleticism. He was a matchup nightmare based on his athletic ability in college. He has to couple that now with his route running skill and his adjustments at the top.
Empty backfield, Howard slot to the left. From the Lions 45 on first down. Hoyer throws. Jeffrey, the intended receiver, Slade defending.
I think we had a lot of confusion on that play. Eddie Royal did not seem to be in sync with what the play call was. The positioning of Alshon Jeffrey at the top of that route just looked a little odd from the snap of the ball.
But now second and 10 for Ryan Hoyer and the Bears. Hoyer in his 8th season out of Michigan State. This is Howard. And Howard is brought down by Kyle Van Noy after a gain of 2.
Well, I think right now Jim Caldwell's biggest fears are being realized. Jordan Howard is being very effective in the run game. Nothing fancy right there. You see that 3.5 yards per carry, but he's putting them in good positions with his success here in the run game, allowing this play-action pass to be viable.
Nice play of the drive for the Bears. 3rd down and 8 over the middle. That's not the yard shy of the first down as Eddie Royal. Grover Quinn makes the tackle at the 36 along with Whitehead. So what will John Fox do here on 4th and 1? It looks like he will leave his offense on the field. He sends in Joyke Bell and now an extra tight end in Logan Paulson.
Yeah, sitting at 0-3, why not go for it? You're talking about a defensive-minded head coach that likes to kind of build his team around good defense and a strong run game. This is going to be one of those situations where you want to be able to excel at. So let's take a shot at it right now.
Instead of attempting a 54-yard field goal, play clock is winding down. Boyer hands it off to Bell, and he will not get there. So the ex-Lion is stopped on 4th down with the rookie out of Alabama, Ashawn Robinson, leading the charge.
By far the best penetration so far by that Lions defensive front.
Small screen, stadium-sized content. Watch live local Sunday games on your smartphone with NFL Mobile. Best starting field position of the day for the Lions, who trail 7-0. From their 38-yard line, this is Wayne Washington, and there is a flag.
Boy, if this goes against the Lions, you just mentioned best starting field possession, good positive play on first down, and there goes Dwayne Washington limping off the field.
10-yard penalty and repeat first down.
Taylor Decker, the young left tackle, the number 68 on that far left side.
And then Washington lifts off, so Theo Riddick replaces him. Riddick split wide to the right. Empty backfield for the Lions. The tight end Eric Ebron, who was injured earlier, has returned. First down and 20 following the hold. Stafford to Marvin Jones Jr. Out to the 45-yard line. His first catch today, leading the NFL in receiving yardage over the first 3 weeks. He gained 17.
Yeah, all the way to the outside, running the slant route and presses up, now breaks back inside. Look at that separation he created on the release and then the run after the catch. He's very dynamic.
Biggest play of the day for the Lions on offense. Now the quick out, it's Golden Tate, but he is met immediately by Bryce Callahan. That's Tate's first catch today, but he gains just 1.
And I think right here, this is something that Matthew Stafford saw. That's a run play that's called. He elects to get the ball out on the edge to Golden Tate, but nice recognition by Bryce Callahan.
3rd down and 2. Lions are 0 for 4 on 3rd down today. They've picked up only 1 first down in the game. Movement prior to the snap. Pass intended for Jones, but that was a free play. This should go against the Bears.
Offside. Defense number 90 was in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty will result in a first down.
That's on Cornelius Washington. So the Lions with a new set of downs from midfield.
Got to understand down and distance. You've got a veteran quarterback back there. You're inside 5 yards. You have to expect hard count in that situation.
Riddick plugged down by Will Sutton. Gain of just 1. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. We check in with Laura.
Well, you already updated Kenny that Eric Ebron is in. You talked about how he's been battling injuries. He missed practice a little bit this week with an ankle injury. He's been in the locker room most of this quarter. Doctors looking at that ankle and also his knee, but again, he is back in.
All right, thanks, Laura. Second and 10. From the Bears 49. Stafford to the far side, short, intended for the tight end, the ex-Bear, Kari Lee.
Nice job by Theo Riddick on this play, and it's crossing the formation. He's going to have to come all the way across, cross your quarterback's face in protection. Very difficult to do. Good recognition. Good job getting out of the throwing lane of Matthew Stafford as you do your pickup.
Third down and 10 for the Lions. They must get to the Bears 39. Stafford throws, and it's complete for a first down. Anquan Bolden makes his third catch today for a gain of 10.
We keep talking about the weapons that Matthew Stafford has at his disposal across the formation. And, you know, Anquan Bolden, just a great career in the NFL. Marvin Jones, Golden Tate, you're worried about all these guys. Then you got somebody with the savvy of Anquan Bolden.
Now 2 flags as Riddick gains a yard on first down.
Illegal shift, offense, 2 players moving at the same time prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
Fundamental things. You can't have things like that happening. You know, we're week 4 now. You got to clean up a lot of the little things. No more excuses there.
5th Lions penalty. Pushes Detroit back to the 44-yard line. First down and 15. 3 receivers set. Off the fake to Riddick. Stafford on the slant. It's Jones to the 38. Darrell Freeman the tackle. We head west. Carissa Thompson. Carissa.
Kenny, Seattle at the Jets. Seattle up 7-3 on the road. Play action to undrafted rookie from Wisconsin, Tanner McAvoy. A 42-yard catch from another fellow Badgers player, Russell Wilson. Seahawks up 14-3. Kenny, Joe, and Laura.
All right, thanks, Carissa. Second down and 9. This is Riddick. And again, it was Darrell Freeman, first Bear to make contact.
Talked about all the injuries throughout the defense with Danny Trevathan out. Darrell Freeman, he's having a nice game here this afternoon.
Third down and 7. More movement, more flags.
Neutral zone infraction, defense number 97. 5-yard penalty, it will remain third down.
Now, Willie Young was pointing to the offense, and one of the points of emphasis this year is movement of the ball and sudden movements by your linemen. So let's keep an eye on Travis Swanson here, the center. See if this is a real sudden move. Not too much. I think they're going to let that one go. Willie was trying to sell that on a point of emphasis that he was lured offsides into that situation, but I'm going to put that on Willie.
Willie Young, the ex-Lion. Third down and 2. Play clock is at 5. Stafford on third down, looking for Golden Tate. Incomplete with Callahan defending.
Well, Bryce Callahan is playing Golden Tate very well on the outside. A lot of times he's by himself in a one-on-one situation. We saw the good tackle on that quick screen. Now they're playing physical on the outside. We saw, you know, a really kind of touchy call on Tyre Whitehead on the pass interference early in this game. That was some physical play on the outside.
So here is Matt Prater, who kicked a 59-yard field goal here in the last regular season game, a Soldier Field record. This a 50-yard attempt. Martin will place it down. Snap from Newbach. And the kick by Prater from 50 yards out is good.
He had a lot left on this one too, Kenny. Now, how important has this been? One of the overlooked areas, you kind of take it for granted, the mechanics of snap, hold, kick. Played a big part in our game last week, Arizona at Buffalo. But this is from 50 yards, and that's crossing pretty high up on that upright.
Prater now 7 for 8 from 50-plus over the last 2 seasons. Not only does he hold the Soldier Field record with that 59-yarder last year, but the NFL record, a 64-yard field goal back in 2013 for the Broncos.
Altitude. Altitude. Sorry, Kenny. Someone was caught in my throat.
Tom Dempsey, Jason Elam might agree with you.
Yeah. What was Tom Dempsey?
Elam benefited for many years as well.
But Tom Dempsey, now what's that? That was New Orleans. What is that? That's below sea level. He's the complete opposite.
So Prater connects from 50. Lions pull to within 4. Deontay Thompson back deep for the Bears. New touchback rule. Chicago will start from the 25-yard line, leading the Lions 7-3. With Brian Hoyer at the helm, the Bears have a huge lead in time of possession, 2-1 margin.
And how rare is that? I mean, the Chicago Bears have really struggled controlling the ball and sustaining drives.
There was a late flag thrown on the kickoff.
Kicking team number 84. Chicago has exercised the option of having the 5-yard penalty added to the touchdown spot. The ball will be 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Lions offside on the kickoff. So with 2:19 remaining in the second quarter, Bears with 2 timeouts. They lost one on the unsuccessful challenge.
53.
Lead the Lions 7-3.
Lion.
Hoyer on first down. And that pass nearly intercepted. Kyle Van Noy getting a piece of it.
Yeah, you think Kevin White maybe thinks it's not really on the spot. So is this intended for somebody else? Doesn't make a play on the ball, and Kyle Van Noy almost gets an interception.
What do you want?
2nd and 10 from the 30. This is Howard. Dorian Howard picks up a first down. Howard out to the 47. Gain of 17, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning from Soldier Field in Chicago. 7-3 Bears. Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to itunes.com/NFL. 2 minutes remaining, second quarter. Bears with a 7-3 lead. 1st and 10 from their 47-yard line. Empty backfield, it's Hoyer. On first down, he throws over the middle, complete to Kevin White. And he takes it all the way to the Lions' 35-yard line, a gain of 19. Down to a minute. 35 remaining. There's Hoyer, sets up the screen to Howard. And Howard is brought down at the 30 after a gain of 5.
Really like the play calling we've seen here in the first half by Dow Loggins. It continued to be high efficiency, great opportunity for completions to keep that rhythm. You're talking about a Bears team that's really struggled this season so far to stay on the field and be consistent offensively. They had a nice first half here.
2nd down and 5. Hoyer steps up, wrapped up. Down he goes. It's Kerry Hyder. What a season he has had to this point. He has a sack in all 4 games as a timeout is taken by the Bears. Coming into this game, there's Hyder, number 61. Only Von Miller had more sacks in the entire National Football League.
It's just a great story. A guy that, they finally decided to let him, play the outside. We're not going to have you move back and forth. So he loses a lot of weight, gets quicker off the ball. He's going to be primarily just an edge rusher. And he made it hard for the Lions. We talked about the depth of that defensive line. Well, all of a sudden, Kerry Hyder becomes this unexpected surprise. And you're pretty heavy on your D-line coming into the season. He continues to perform. And again, he's a great story for everybody around to see. Continue to work, believe in yourself. Your opportunity is going to come. And what are you going to do when that opportunity is there? Kerry Hyder has taken advantage of it this season.
He had 3 sacks in 1 preseason game against Buffalo. Now 5 in the regular season in 4 games. Third down and 7. There's a flag, and the play is blown dead. False start.
False start. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. It will remain third down.
The right tackle, Bobby Massey.
A lot of these little 5-yard penalties, going against the Chicago Bears. We've had offsides and neutral zone infractions on their defense to allow Detroit to get into better down and distance situations or convert on third down, and now making things difficult on their offense.
Keep in mind that penalty could be a factor as far as a field goal attempt, pushing the Bears back. If they do not gain a yard on this play, would be a 54-yard attempt. High snap, controlled by Hoyer. Throws near side, it's Royal. And he's brought down at the 33-yard line by Nevin Lawson.
You talked about it, Kenny. First thing Brian Hoyer has to do is get control of that high snap, and you wonder if that really rushed his progression, because that ball is thrown well short of where the first down markers were.
Snap from the rookie center out of Kansas State, Cody Whitehair. Lions stop the clock by using a timeout with 44 seconds remaining, and the Bears send out the field goal unit. It will be a 50-yard attempt. Young snapper Patrick Scales in his second season. O'Donnell the holder, and the veteran Connor Barth. Only his 3rd attempt of the preseason. Hit from 34, missed from 31. This from the left hash from 50. And the kick by Barth is no good. Wide to the right. He replaced the 11-year vet, the all-time leading scorer for the Bears, Robbie Gould. And Barth is now just 1 for 3 on the season.
Got a Lions player down on the field right now. You could hear the boos come out of the fans here at Soldier Field. And Robbie Gould was a mainstay here, one of the more popular players in the community as a Chicago Bear is Don Carey. Slow getting up after that kick.
Carey, the special teams MVP for the Lions last season. Some of the fans here at Soldier Field chanting Robbie for Robbie Gould following that miss by Connor Barth.
Tough situation to walk into when you're trying to replace somebody who was as popular as Robbie Gould was here in Chicago, but he had a couple of kicks last season to get late game winners that he was unable to convert.
So the Lions with 39 seconds, 2 timeouts. Stafford fires, and the catch is made by Jones in Bears territory for a Detroit first down at the 43-yard line. And the Lions use their second timeout, 17-yard pass play. Let's take a look at what's coming up on the Visa Halftime Report.
All right, coming up on the Visa Halftime Show, we'll check in on all the games going on around the National Football League.
And Gaga, who are you going for in the Super Bowl?
Are you still playing for the Giants?
No.
The Giants.
It's all coming up on the Visa Halftime.
I'm just kidding, man.
Well, she is a native New Yorker. And Lady Gaga will be performing at halftime, Super Bowl 51 on Fox.
How entertaining is that going to be? I can't wait to see the production that she has put together for the Super Bowl halftime show.
From From the 43 on first down, rolling right, Stafford, complete to the tight end, Ebron. And he is knocked out of bounds after picking up a first down. Eric Ebron returning from the injury suffered earlier this half.
Yeah, they got lucky right here. Should have been a hold called. You're going to push the game down inside as Riley Reef comes out. Look, arms are outside holding Akeem Hicks right there. You got officials right behind you. Don't know how the flag stayed in the pocket on that one.
So now the Lions are in range for Prater, who hit from 50 earlier in the second quarter.
West! Right!
From the 31. Stafford going deep, looking for Golden Tate. Callahan on the coverage, 2nd and 10.
So the plan for the Chicago Bears is we're not going to let Marvin Jones Jr. have another big day today. So they're comfortable putting Bryce Callahan against Golden Tate one-on-one. We've seen this battle all afternoon right there. Golden Tate able to get up over top, but the ball thrown a little bit too far outside by Matthew Stafford.
2nd and 10, 21 seconds remaining. Lions with one timeout. Play clock at 5. From the 31. Stafford over the middle. It's Riddick. And the Lions will stop the clock at 16 seconds. They use their 3rd and final timeout.
And they stress you with Eric Ebron on the outside, the wide receivers they can throw out there, which means you're going to have Theo Riddick covered by linebackers, possibly a safety. And that's just a great feel. Look at the throw by Matthew Stafford right in between the two linebackers.
So now the line of scrimmage, the 22 with 16 seconds, but remember, no timeouts remaining for Detroit.
Dual threat back out of the backfield for the Lions.
From the Bears, 22. Stafford to the outside, and it is picked off. And taken down the sideline by Jacoby Glenn. So the Lions were in field goal range. And it's Glenn who comes up with the pick.
Well, Matthew Stafford is furious right now. Breakdown in communication. The receiver on the outside continues straight down the field. This ball is turned loose on time. So watch Golden Tate here. He's just going to take off down the field vertically on the route. Ball's out right now. I mean, that is the wrong route by wide receiver Matthew Stafford. Right away, you can see him. He hustles over to make sure that that's not a pick six, but he was furious.
And for the Bears, Tracy Porter usually plays that right side. Prior to that play, it was Glenn who moved over, replacing Porter, who went to the sidelines. So Jacoby Glenn with his first career interception. And it's a big one at the end of the first half.
I'm going with him. I'm going Ram.
So now with 8 seconds remaining. 1st and 10, 34-yard line for Brian Hoyer and the Bears. They have one timeout. Catch is made at the 44-yard line by Alshon Jeffrey for a Bears first down, 22-yard pass play, and Chicago with time for one more play.
And did you get enough yardage to feel comfortable bringing Connor Barth back out for another field goal attempt, or does that put you in position to try one throw deep into the end zone? Looks like the offense is staying on, so
yeah, that would be a 62-yard attempt. So Hoyer will take a shot. There's Barth, who missed from 50 moments ago. Bears have had the ball for just under 20 minutes.
Start. Offense, 5-yard penalty remains first down.
Against the Bears, so this will push them back to the 49.
That's a stop clock, so you don't have the 10-second runoff in that situation. So you back up and line up here. That's just Well, I tell you, that's frustrating for your coaching staff right there. You've got to be able to execute that play in that situation. So, got some big receivers here now. We talked about the size of these receivers. Alshon Jeffrey, Kevin White, some big guys on the outside. They're going to be down to your left.
Lions have dropped 3 defenders back along the goal line. Including 6'7" defensive lineman Devin Taylor. Final play of the half, barring a defensive penalty. Kelly Hyder with the pressure on Hoyer. There is a flag as the jump ball could not be caught by Kevin White.
Holding offense number 72. This penalty is declined. Result of the play is an incomplete pass. That's the end of the first half.
So the Bears with a 7-3 lead at halftime as we head to Los Angeles for Kurt and the gang, including Lady Gaga, the Visa halftime report. Today's excitement brought to you by the new Nissan Titan. Eddie Royal with the only touchdown of the first half. 4-yard pass from Brian Hoyer. Bears defense stepping up as well. Today's excitement brought to you by the new Nissan Titan. 7-3 Chicago as we begin the second half here at Soldier Field. Bears holding the Lions to under 100 yards of offense.
And again, a team that has struggled this season, the Chicago Bears, with their ability to stay on the field, struggling in third down, time of possession. You can see what a great first half they had here. The Lions, we talked about this at the top, about consistency, about not playing a complete game. Well, here's another week the Lions haven't played a complete game because that was not a good first half of football. And I'm puzzled by the approach. I mean, this is a defense that you thought they would have matched up well with, and they did not take advantage of their matchups in the first half.
Andre Roberts takes it out. Roberts across the 30, so good starting field position for the Detroit Lions as we welcome you into the broadcast booth here in Chicago. Despite everything you talked about, the 230 yards for the Bears in offense, outstanding Chicago defense, it's only a 4-point game.
Yeah, and there was a big interception at the end of the first half where it's going to play right into the favor of what Detroit was trying to do by deferring. An opportunity for points at the end of the first half with the first possession of the second half. But the margin for error for both of these teams is so small that everything has to be at a premium. You cannot allow an opportunity for points go without anything happening like the Lions did at the end of that first half.
Lions did defer at the start of the game, so they got the ball first. During the second half, it's Riddick out to the 34. Theo Riddick only 8 yards on 3 carries in the first half. Lions with only 16 yards on the ground prior to halftime. Riddick gains 2.
And that's a matchup that I thought that they would take advantage of, whether it's Theo Riddick, Dwayne Washington. This is the 31st ranked run defense in the NFL. It's not the Packers from last week, which is the #1 ranked run defense in the NFL. They need to have more production in the run game, and they're starting out the second half the same way they played the first half.
Will Sutton stepping up to bring down Theo Riddick, loss of a yard.
You can talk about the way they started against the Packers, and it became a one-dimensional game. This game is sitting right there for somebody to take control of it, and the Lions' run game would be a good component for this offense to have success with this afternoon.
Guys talked about it on the Visa halftime report. Lions only 1 third-down conversion in the first half. Movement and penalty markers.
False start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty and remains third down.
Right guard Larry Warford. That is the 8th Detroit penalty.
Matthew Stafford talked to us about negative plays, and in particular that run game against the Green Bay Packers last week, that we had negative runs, and it kind of forced us out of it. The score gets away from us. We have to become one-dimensional, but they've had a lot of breakdowns, a lot of adversity they've created by themselves in this game today.
They're down at 12. Lions must get to the 41 for a first down. Opening possession, second half. Stafford takes off. And Matthew Stafford will pick up a Lions first down. Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Stafford gaining 15 with his feet.
Good quick decision by Matthew Stafford. Protection is starting to break down a little bit. That pocket's collapsing. He looks up. He sees the opening right there and commits to it. you forget he's very athletic. He's more athletic than I think you anticipate when you go up against Matthew Stafford.
Stafford making his 84th consecutive regular season start. Look out, it's Jones, breaks a tackle, and Marvin Jones picks up a Lions first down in Bears territory to the Chicago 41, a 15-yard catch and run.
And that's the big difference. We've seen that same play thrown out to Golden Tate, but it has been tackled well. Big cushion by Tracy Porter, so they come out and just get the ball to Marvin Jones and see what he can do. He breaks the first tackle. Poor leverage by Tracy Porter coming up on that hit.
Fourth reception for Jones today. This is Riddick on the delay, and Riddick with his best run of the day. To the Chicago 30, Theo Riddick gains 11.
And the Bears know about Theo Riddick and his running style. He's very, very tough to knock off balance. They say it's just uncanny how we get good hits on him, and yet he still continues to move downfield.
So the Bears putting together some big plays on this drive. New set of downs from the Chicago 30. Three receivers set. Bolden slot to the left. Off the fake to Riddick. Stafford looking. Now he throws. It's complete to the tight end, Eric Ebron.
And chalk that one up to the offensive line, allowing Matthew Stafford to have the time, because this play takes a while to develop, and he's waiting for Eric Ebron to clear right there, right in front of Jarrell Freeman, number 50. He's got to hold that a little bit so he can clear that linebacker area.
Gain of 9, second down and 1 for the Detroit Lions. There's offensive coordinator Jim Bob Cooter. This is Riddick, and the fourth-year back out of Notre Dame picks up a Lions first down to Los Angeles. Carissa.
Thanks, Kenny. Carolina at Atlanta. Austin Hooper, the rookie from Stanford, with the 42-yard score from Matt Ryan. This was his first career touchdown catch. The Falcons up 24-10. Kenny, Darrell, and more.
How about that?
Well, that's something you don't normally see. You don't see people wide open in the Carolina secondary. Sean McDermott, the defensive coordinator, very good at the fundamentals and detail.
Huge day for Matt Ryan. Now Stafford sets up the screen. It's Riddick. And Riddick is down at the 14.
He's upset that he lost his balance there. He was ready to get back inside. Watch this cut right here. He sets up the defender on the outside, goes to go back inside, but that foot won't hold the plant.
Day to 4. Lions in the red zone for the first time today. Second down and 6. Stafford looking right. Now he throws, and it's Bolden. Anquan Bolden makes the catch. And picks up a Lions first down to the Bears 5.
And here's one of the big questions for this offense. I mean, when you've gotten into the red zone in seasons past, it's been Calvin Johnson, the go-to guy, whether it's a jump ball situation, whether it's Calvin drawing double coverage and allowing the other guys to work in one-on-one situations. They're trying to find out, you know, what is our style going to be here in the red zone now moving forward. Could be right here with Anquan Bolden working the underneath coverage with catch after run.
It's the 10th play of the drive for the Lions. Their longest drive today. First and goal from the 5. It is Riddick. Stays on his feet and then reaches forward, but his knee was down at the 1.
Well, this is really nice because it didn't look like there was anything there. Great vision and the ability to bounce outside by Theo Riddick. And right there he's down before he reaches out.
Second and goal for the Lions from the 1-yard line. That play 68 yards to this point. Ebron shifting. Riddick in the backfield. This is Riddick. And Riddick will not get there.
Boy, he gets his shoulders square and he goes downhill. This is a good defensive stand right here. Look as Theo Riddick comes in. Good job by that Bears defense. Terrell Freeman again. Boy, he's just had a nice afternoon.
Now the Lions send in an extra blocker in Corey Robinson, as well as a fullback, Michael Burton, and Zach Center in the backfield. New personnel. 3rd and goal. This is Center, and he is tripped up for a loss on his first carry of the season.
I think it's John Timo hits this perfectly on the snap count. Is it 53 coming in, timing this up? Watch out. Look at that. Yeah, he gets through. The down block is unable to get there in time. He just stuffs that whole thing.
They have Timo, who was just brought up to the active roster this week by the Bears, stopping Zenner, who had not touched the ball over the first 3 games for the Lions. And now a 21-yard attempt. Prater hit from 50 earlier. From the right hash, his kick is good. So the Lions pull to it in 1, but Bears defense keeps Detroit out of the end zone once again.
Sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Jeep. Introducing the new 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Jeep. Free to be. And by Subway Restaurants. Search for better.
Pee Wee football here in the Chicago area. 9 and 10-year-olds, Calumet City Thunderbolts, and the Naperville Chargers.
Yeah, at that age, you know, you pray for that wet day. You want to be in the mud. You know, as you get older, you want nice sunny skies. But I remember as a little guy, boy, there was nothing more fun than playing football in the mud.
Well, there's Matthew Stafford, who played his youth football down in the Dallas area. 13 plays, 66 yards. Only 99 yards the entire first half for the Lions. They put together a nice drive, but they are held to just 3.
Actually bumped into his high school coach, Randy Allen, before the game, who was actually the high school coach of Dal Loggins as well at Abilene Cooper.
Small world, and how about John Timo making the tackle? The 173rd all-time matchup between these franchises, with the Bears leading the Lions 7-6.
52. 59.
1st and 10, 25-yard line for Brian Hoyer and the Bears offense. Hoyer on 1st down, over the top. It's Howard. Gain of 8 out to the 33, down to Laura.
Hi, Kenny. I'm going to start with talking to Jim Caldwell, who said we just need to settle down and play. He said there's been a number of miscues, penalties, offsides, communication issues. We just need to clean that up and settle in, which we saw in that last drive. As for John Fox, he told me the key is to finish drive, but he told the team a little bit bigger. We have to finish a game. We haven't done that yet, Kenny.
Thanks, Laura. Bears 0-3 to start the season. There is a flag on the 2nd down carry by Howard.
Holding offense number 65. 10-yard penalty and repeat 2nd down.
That's on the rookie center, Cody Whitehair.
It's going to be snapping the ball to your quarterback. Got that reach block. That's a tough block for anybody, but especially your center that's working on getting that ball up to your quarterback. And you know, we talked to Kyle Long, had an opportunity, and you kind of say, hey, how's he doing? You know, he never really played center before. You throw him in there, you know, first game of his NFL career, and he says, you know what, he's getting better, and he's going to be a heck of a center. Really raved about his athleticism and his mentality for playing that position.
Kyle Long, the 3-time Pro Bowl right guard. This is White. But he got spun around by Quandre Diggs. So the Bears now facing a 3rd down and long.
We haven't really seen him stretch the field a whole lot vertically. We talked about Alshon Jeffrey. We just saw Kevin White there. They've got some matchup guys that can get down the field vertically. This has been a conservative but high efficiency passing attack here throughout this game. More shorter passes. When they've stretched it, it's been off the play action.
Right, the biggest pass play for either team is a 22-yard pass from Hoyer to Jeffrey back in the first half. 3rd down at 11. Bears must get to the 35. Hoyer with time. He throws, and it's complete for a 1st down and more. Inside the 30, Eddie Royal down to the 10, and he is finally forced out of bounds by Glover Quinn. So we just mentioned the biggest pass of the day was 22 yards. This one goes for 64.
He needs the time to be able to throw this ball. It's a double move. It's going to take a little bit of time. Eddie Royal finally breaks away from coverage right there. You see the little out move and then the separation from Quandre Diggs. Very patient with his route, but compliment Cody Whitehair and all his guys up front, because Brian Hoyer had to hold that one for a while.
Longest pass play of the season for the Bears. 64 yards from Hoyer to Royal. First and 10 from the Lions 12. Hoyer on the slant to Kevin White. And he is down at the 8, gain of 4. Glover Quinn the tackle.
I'm always impressed by the abilities of coaches to designate what they consider to be their issue, as Kevin White comes up and a little gimpy after that one. And Dow Loggins is upstairs, and he's got Alshon Jeffrey, and he's got Kevin White on the outside. But Jim Caldwell was really concerned about Eddie Royal and his ability to work underneath. And then we saw him with the big play on that last one.
White finally off to the sidelines as Joshua Bellamy replaces him.
59.
3 receivers to the left on second down. It's Howard. So a 3rd and 5 coming up for this Bears offense, as Eddie Royal checks back in, replacing Bellamy. Royal with the big play, the 64-yard reception moments ago. 3rd down and 5 from the 7, so the Bears can pick up a first down without reaching the end zone.
Eddie Royal split outside here. He's been the nemesis today.
Meredith motion to the right. Jeffrey in the slot left. Hoyer throws, end zone, touchdown! Wide open, the tight end, Zach Miller.
You can see Antoine Williams, 52, the linebacker, trying to figure out how Zach Miller got out there, got so wide open. It's a position that they've struggled with all season. The tight end has really hurt the Detroit Lions. This is just a simple out route. Antoine Williams passes him to the next level. The safeties don't pick him up. So again, a breakdown in assignment right there to allow Zach Miller to be that open.
Miller's 3rd touchdown of the season. 4th thrown by Hoyer. 2nd today. Connor Barth. 14-6 Chicago. As Miller talks about it with Jake Cutler. And then celebrates with Cameron Meredith. There was a flag thrown following the extra point.
Today's game is sponsored by Verizon. Join the Better Network, because better matters.
Back in Chicago, there's Zach Miller chatting with injured quarterback Jake Cutler. A 6-play, 75-yard drive. The key play, the 64-yard reception by Eddie Royal, 2nd longest of his career. And then we saw the chippiness following the extra point attempt. And now Andre Roberts will take it out. Cutting to the outside and upended shy of the 20-yard line. There is a flag. Adrian Amos, the special teams tackle for Chicago.
It's another one of those areas where Detroit trying to figure out exactly how to approach the new kickoff rule, and talk to Coach Caldwell about it.
During the return of the kick, illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 29. 10-yard penalty. First down.
You stay in that end zone, you get it at the 25. They bring it out. They've been having some negative plays on their returns.
Detroit Lions pinned deep in their own territory. Stafford 15 of 24. Riddick's numbers. Lions have the fullback Burton in the game along with Zenner, who was stopped for the Lions' last possession. And now Stafford hits center out of the backfield, and Zach Zenner picks up a first down and more. Finally upended after crossing the 30-yard line, so Zenner able to gain 22 yards.
Nice play design here because you're using Marvin Jones as your decoy. Marvin Jones is going to run a slant right on the offensive left side, and that's right where Zach Zenner goes into that vacated spot. There's nobody out there.
Zenner in the backfield. Remember, Wayne Washington suffered an injury back in the first half. So Zenner getting an opportunity. The second year back out of South Dakota State. Lions, of course, without Amir Abdullah. And this is Zenner. And another nice play by Zenner. 2 in a row as he takes it out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, that was odd that it had so much success. Look, it looks like there's a Bears defender unblocked right in the middle of the play. Zach Zenner able to just kind of weave his way through there.
Nicknamed Doc by his teammates. Matthew Stafford telling us last night. Hopes to have a career in the medical profession after football. From the 42 on first down. Stafford throws, bobbled, and then dropped by Anquan Bolden with 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter to Los Angeles. Kurt Menefee. Kurt.
Kenny, I hope you started Matt Ryan on your fantasy team. He's got 415 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Carolina Panthers defense. That went to Aldrick Robinson, put the Falcons up by 3 scores. Oh, and they're still in the third quarter.
Wow. What a day for Matt Ryan and the Falcons. I was hoping Lady Gaga would do one of the game breaks.
Well, maybe she can. We got some time left.
Can we put in a request?
Let's get it out there.
We've already heard from Carissa and Kurt. Zenner out to the 46-yard line, setting up third down and 6 for the Lions.
We talked about Tyre Whitehead on the defensive side of the ball, waiting for his opportunity to be that starter inside. Zach Zenner also, a guy from last season, did some good things in camp, grabbed people's attention, was actually their leading rusher in the NFL's preseason in 2015. Hasn't had that same opportunity this year, but with the injury to Dwayne Washington today and everybody else, a little bit of productivity from Zach this afternoon.
Empty backfield, third down and 6. Play clock at 3. Stafford, couple of pump fakes, and then looking for Riddick. Adrian Amos all over him. Lions will punt it away.
They have really done a nice job in coverage with Theo Riddick because he is a very, very difficult matchup. Coming out of the backfield, this time they've got a safety on him. And it's that little cross and come back, kind of the little whip route where you break a cross formation, put your foot in the ground, come back. Good job by Adrian Amos in coverage. Matthew Stafford needs to get that ball out a little bit farther in front.
Sam Martin punting from his 36-yard line. Their catch is called for by Eddie Royal at the Bears' 20. Chicago with an 8-point lead. Back in Chicago, Kenny Albert, Darryl Johnston, Laura Open. Bears with a 14-6 lead on the Lions. And Chicago will start from their 20-yard line. Off the fake to Howard. Hoyer's pass is gathered in by Cameron Meredith. And Meredith picks up a Bears first down as we check in with Laura.
The Bears keep driving the field right now, Kenny, but Brian Hoyer without Kevin White. He is in the Bears locker room right now with the medical staff having his ankle looked at. His return is questionable.
Thanks, Laura. White with 6 catches today, tied for the team lead with Eddie Royal. First and 10, 32-yard line. And this is Howard. He will pick up a Bears first down all the way out to midfield.
That's been the difference in the game today, the ability of the Bears to have success running the football. Another one of the concerns Coach Caldwell had coming into the game, we can't let the Bears have success running the football. Jordan Howard has provided that for him this afternoon.
He gains 17. his longest run today. We've come to the end of the third quarter here at Soldier Field with the Bears leading the Lions by 8. Brian Hoyer for the injured Jay Cutler with a pair of touchdown passes for Chicago. And the Bears defensively have held the Lions to just 2 field goals. We start the fourth quarter as Hoyer finds a wide open Eddie Royal. And Royal with his 7th catch today picks up a Bears first down, a gain of 14.
Yeah, this has been one of their staple plays here this afternoon. You're going to see Eddie Royal come across this way. He's going to be your first option out. Look how quick he pops into the flat with nobody around. They've run that from a number of different formations, had different guys being involved in that first go-to guy.
6th career 100-yard receiving game for Royal. First since 2014. This is Howard stumbling forward to the Detroit 32, gain of 6.
If he didn't have so much forward lean right there, could have kept that balance. That could have been even a lot more yards added to that 6.
Howard now with 82 yards on the ground, averaging over 5 per carry.
52. Excuse me. 59.
Second and 5. Hoyer over the top, complete to Meredith. Cameron Meredith picks up another Chicago Bears first down to the Lions 28.
They've really had this Detroit Lions defense on their heels the entire game. I give a lot of that credit to Jordan Howard. You saw the numbers there. When you're up over 5 yards per carry, you feel so confident in handing the ball. Even second and long, they had a couple of runs in second and long situations that have produced good gains, put them back into a favorable third down situation.
Meredith comes in motion. Off the fake to Howard. Hoyer spins, now throws. Hits Howard out of the backfield. And he spins inside the 20. And looks to have another Bears first down.
I'll tell you, that's just excellent by Jordan Howard right there. That should have been tackled, for a situation where you'd be second and long right now. And watch the athletic ability right here. It's floated, so he's got to catch it and plant right away, right there to avoid Darius Slay inside out with Antoine Williams. It's a defensive line that catches him from behind, retracing on that screen.
Gain of 9 for Howard, second down and 1. Now the handoff to Howard. And he picks up the first to the Detroit 14-yard line. The rookie 5th-round draft pick out of Indiana.
Well, credit Ryan Pace right here for this pickup. You follow him into Indiana, you see what he did right there. Over 1,200 yards. Lasted all the way into the 5th round. I don't understand that. When you see the way he's running right now, he's a great zone runner. You just saw that on the last play, the one cut and go upfield. He has really nice feet for a guy as big as he is. He finishes runs physically. Very surprised that somebody with his skill set was available in the 5th round.
Prevention started at Alabama Birmingham. They dropped the program. Here's Howard. He rushed for 1,000 yards his last 2 collegiate seasons. 3rd on the depth chart here in Chicago to start the season behind Jeremy Langford and Kadeem Carey. Both out with injuries, so Howard started the game today. We saw a little bit of the former Lion George Bell. And Howard has picked up over 100 yards combined rushing and receiving for the Bears today.
Well, we had the Bears a couple times late last season, and they were going through that evolution and moving on from Matt Forte. The Bears moving forward from Matt Forte, and they felt very comfortable with Jeremy Langford and Kadeem Carey. And then you add a guy like Jordan Howard. They've got a nice running back by committee setup here right now.
Second down and 8. Hoyer looks to set up the screen, but Howard unable to make the catch. 3rd and 8 upcoming.
Timing just a little bit out of sync on that one. Screen plays a little bit more challenging than fans at home think. You see teams that run them very effectively and they make it look so easy, but there's so much involved with getting the linemen out, getting your blockers ahead of you, having that back or wide receiver release at the right time, having your quarterback sell that.
So now 3rd down and 8 for Chicago.
I haven't called Alshon Jeffrey's name very much this afternoon.
There on 3rd down, throws. It will be short of a 1st down. Catch is made at the 8-yard line by Meredith. Raphael Bush, the tackle, and the Bears will send out the field goal unit.
Well, we've seen a number of these routes today. We're getting into a 3rd down situation. You can see the yellow line behind them. It's not official, but it's a good landmark. And these guys are turning their routes, short of these 3rd downs all the time. Ball's coming out quick, but credit Detroit. They've broke on the ball. They've come up, rallied, made tackles to keep them in the 4th down situation.
Here's Connor Barth, missed from 50 earlier. This will be a 25-yard attempt from the left hash. Try and make it a 2-possession game. And Barth does just that. So the Bears extend to an 11-point lead. It's 17-6 Chicago.
Today's game is sponsored by Verizon. Join a better network because better matters. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
NFL Play 60. The NFL's movement for a more active generation encourages fans to get moving and play for 60 minutes every day. Learn how you can join the NFL Play 60 movement at NFL.com/Play60. Highlights from the Romeoville Flag Football League celebrating its 10th season.
I really like the fact that the NFL is getting involved with pushing down the flag style into those age groups. I'd like to see the kids play a couple of years of flag before they get into full pads, become comfortable with their body movements, build some of that foundational, quickness and different things. So I'd like to see all these flag games that we've had the opportunity to watch this afternoon.
Well, we saw some of the Bears legends out with the kids at halftime. Lions will start from their 25. They have not been able to reach the end zone yet today. They played their final collegiate game against one another, Capital One Bowl 2008. And Brian Hoyer with his 7th career 300-yard game today.
Yeah, getting the best of Matthew Stafford this afternoon. The big pass play to Eddie Royal last time out, 60-plus. A very nice 300-yard day for Brian Hoyer.
2-possession game as the Lions start from the 25-yard line. Catch is made by Andre Roberts. Both entered the league in 2009. Stafford is the 1st overall pick. Hoyer, an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, much different paths to get to where they are today. Brian Hoyer, we talked about him at the top. He's had that journeyman-type career in the NFL, and it seems like every stop he goes to, he finds a way to be productive. And he gains the respect of his teammates very early with his work ethic, his preparation, his mentality, his approach to the game. And then you've got the other side. Matthew Stafford holds every meaningful record in Lions history when you talk about a quarterback and passing numbers.
Theo Riddick picked up a 1st down on the last play. 1st and 10, 41-yard line for Stafford and the Lions. Stafford throws, and Jones unable to hang on, and then he took a big hit at the end of the play from Harold Jones-Corte.
Coming from the outside, the deep in route, the dig route, he's across, and then here comes the safety, and Harold Jones-Corte, lucky, may have gotten a flag on this. We'll see where the contact was. It's in the shoulder blade area.
Now 2nd and 10. It's Riddick. Riddick able to spin out of trouble, but he still loses yardage. Sam Acho, initial penetration, a loss of 5 on the play.
Eric Ebron gave up on it. He didn't have faith in Theo Riddick. Watch him right here. He thinks there's no way that he's going to be able to break this tackle. He's responsible for the block right there. Thinks Sam Acho has him, but Theo Riddick is still running. Eric Ebron doesn't realize that he broke the tackle.
Setting up 3rd down and 15.
To the whistle, Kenny. Play to the whistle.
Stafford steps up and throws, and it's complete. Jones makes the catch for a Lions 1st down at the Bears' 45-yard line, a 19-yard pass play.
Nice job by Matthew Stafford climbing up in the pocket right here. Just a three-man rush by the Bears, so that middle opens up. He's able to step up clean, survey down the field.
New set of downs for Detroit from the Bears' 45. Stafford in trouble. Down he goes. Back at the 45-yard line, it's Cornelius Washington with his first sack of the season, second of his career.
Nice job working inside. We've seen a couple of these sacks come from the interior players working hard on the inside, not giving up, relentless in their pass rush.
Washington beating Larry Wolford. Loss of 9. Second down and 19. Stafford throws, and a diving catch is made at the Bears' 41 by Ebron for a gain of 13. So it will be third down and 6 for the Lions.
Bears have done a nice job of impacting and affecting the quarterback here. You see the hits, hurries, and sacks on Matthew Stafford.
Lions trailing by 11. Fans rise here in Chicago. Third down and 6. Stafford moving to his left under pressure. Throws. There is a flag. And a second flag is thrown as Riddick makes the catch. Not enough for a Lions first down. Nice penalty markers.
Nice job by Vic Fangio on this call. He had Sam Acho mirroring Matthew Stafford. He's made some plays with his feet in the game. He's been stepping up in the pocket. That time, Sam Acho kind of just mirroring Matthew Stafford, not going to allow him to break that pocket and get the first down.
Both teams that will offset. Holding defense number 24. Holding offense number 71. By rule, these penalties will offset and replay third down.
Obviously not 24 on the Bears. That would be Jordan Howard. So we've got another. There's 71. That's an easy call right there.
That's Riley Reif, the right tackle. Penalties offset. Third down and 6. Lions must get to the 35 for a first down. As Stafford throws, there is a flag. Contact was made with Marvin Jones.
Well, as Jacoby Glenn was getting up, he looked back to see if the flag was coming. Caught the tail end of it. It looked like it might have been incidental when they broke.
Holding defense number 39. A 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
That's on Glenn, who had the interception at the end of the first half of Stafford, but he is the guilty Bear. An automatic first down for the Lions.
Yeah, I think he could have called it either way. I think he could have called, obviously, the holding easy. You get a handful of jersey, but I think he could have gone with pass interference at that point as well, down a little bit further down the field.
Hey, two right. First and 10 from the Bears' 36. As Stafford throws, it's Ebron who makes the catch, dragged down by Jarrell Freeman, a gain of 9, second and 1. As we approach 6 minutes remaining, fourth quarter from Soldier Field in Chicago.
These Lions can put you in some matchup challenges with their running back Theo Riddick, Eric Ebron at tight end against the linebackers of the Bears.
Number 28, it is Riddick. And Riddick picks up a first down, another flag.
Holding offense number 85. 10-yard penalty and repeat, second down.
Eric Ebron does not agree.
No, there's number 85 out on the end. We're going to get Sam Acho. Again, the big thing, a little touchy right there. It's like we talked about earlier, right? You get your hands out of the way. You were holding for a while. But when that ball carrier starts coming back to you, to know that all the eyes are going to be on your side of the field. So not a whole lot there, but you give them the ability to call it.
Second down and 12 following the penalty. From the Bears 38. Stafford throws near side Riddick. Riddick stays on his feet and is brought down at the 28-yard line, setting up a third down and 2.
Just a nice finish with the run. Able to spin out. I mean, get you an extra 3-4 yards at the end of that run.
10th play of the drive for the Lions. Third down and 2. Stafford's pass is caught by Anquan Boldin for Lions first down at the Chicago 24.
Doing all that dirty work, working the underneath areas, working against the big guys, the linebackers, the safety areas. Heck of a career for Anquan Boldin.
Stafford 6 for 7 on this drive. Andre Roberts in for Golden Tate. This is Bolden. And he is then immediately by the combination of Acho and Callahan.
Sam Acho's been doing a lot in this series. We saw him on the one play. He was kind of mirroring Matthew Stafford in the passing situation. Been effectively getting towards, collapsing the pocket. That one kind of getting back outside to disrupt that screen.
Second down and 10. Stafford to the outside, and it is picked off. Second interception thrown by Stafford today. DeAndre Hall, the rookie out of Northern Iowa, with his first career pick. Bears take over with 4 minutes remaining.
Today's game is sponsored by Pizza Hut. Bring home the flavor, only at Pizza Hut.
Second turnover of the game by the Lions. Stafford has been picked off twice. First career interceptions for both Jacoby Glenn and DeAndre Hall. This is Jordan Howard out to the 22.
We talked about the margin for error, and it's very small for both of these teams. Missed opportunities for the Lions. End of the first half, miscommunication on the outside. Golden Tate goes long. Jacoby Glenn gets the interception. Just an odd play call there in that 3rd and goal situation. John Timu stuffs that. And then on that last play, still trying to figure out where the miscommunication came. Was Eric Ebron not out wide enough to the flat? Did Matthew Stafford miss him? I don't think it was on Anquan Boldin. I think that he was a vertical clear along with Marvin Jones, so not sure what happened on that last interception, but both of those interceptions on the red zone fringe area, so an opportunity for points for the Lions goes awry.
Lions stop the clock, use their first timeout with 3:56 remaining. Second down and 3 on the toss. It's Howard. And Howard picks up a Bears first down. Out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Howard gains 10, and he goes over 100 yards for the first time in his rookie season. First Bears rookie to rush for 100 since Matt Forte against the Rams back in 2008.
And running smart right now, you know, as he gets pressed towards the sideline, making sure he stays in bounds, keeps that clock rolling.
Detroit Lions won their opener in Indianapolis, losses to Tennessee and Green Bay. Time running out on the Lions. Bears used almost the entire play clock as Howard gets wrapped up on first down, and now the Lions use their second timeout. 3:05 on the clock. Back in a moment. Tomorrow, there's a new villain coming to Gotham, and you better not let him get into your head. The Mad Hatter has arrived, and he knows what to fear most. It's an all-new Gotham tomorrow night right here on Fox. 3:05 remaining in Chicago. Bears with an 11-point lead. One timeout remaining for the Lions. Second down and 11. This is Howard. Tackled at the 34. So now the Lions use their final timeout. They stop the clock with 3 minutes remaining. And if they stop the Bears here on third down, an opportunity to get the ball back for Detroit, but they need 2 scores.
We've had a lot of coaches kind of break down end of game, end of half scenarios. And one of the things when you talk about a 2-possession game, you're trying to get that first score before the 2-minute warning, 2:06, 2:08, somewhere around there. So can Detroit hold here, get the ball back, somehow get that first possession and the score before the 2-minute warning? Then you take your shots. You're not going to have any timeouts. You got have a lot of luck in your favor, but they've put themselves in this position. We just showed you the missed opportunities. Points are at a premium. The margin for error very small as they're working through this, and some opportunities for Detroit to get points during the course of the game, and they've let them slip through their fingers.
Lions held to just a pair of field goals.
Yes.
3rd down and 7. Boyer handing it off to Howard. Well, now the Bears will be able to run the clock all the way down as they send out the punting unit. They can run it down to about 2:13 before they punt it away. And then the Lions are out of timeouts. We'll have the 2-minute warning. And that is it as far as Detroit's ability to stop the clock. Andre Roberts back deep. Bears using.
Yeah, they've got all 10 guys up on the line, too, so they're coming after this for a block. Now they kick out.
And now the Bears will call timeout, so they took the play clock all the way down.
Chicago. This is their first.
And Chicago will use their first timeout. We'll take you back to the final game of the 2012 season. Lovie Smith's last game as Bears head coach. The last time the Chicago Bears defeated the Detroit Lions. Lions have won the last 6, sweeping the Bears in 2013, 14, and 15. Bears have never lost 7 straight to Detroit. Bears have never lost 7 straight here at home. And they have not started 0-4 since the 2000 season. Chicago, 2 minutes, 12 seconds away from none of those things happening. Penalty flag. There's O'Donnell. Punts it away. Roberts from the 14. Good return by Andre Roberts. He's still going. Remember, there was a flag. One man to beat is the punter. And Roberts takes it all the way 85 yards for a Lions touchdown. But we will check on the flag with referee Tony Correnti.
Wow, that is unacceptable for the Chicago Bears on their punt coverage team.
Illegal formation with not enough men on the line of scrimmage on the punting team. This penalty will be declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Okay, you're looking at this. Andre Roberts has nobody blocking for him, right? We're going to go after the punter. We're going to try and block the punt. So, you know, as a punter, all you've got to do is get that out. Look, there's everybody. This is all 10. He's got nobody doubled up. Everybody's squeezed in. You're making sure the punt comes out clean. So you get the punt out. Pat O'Donnell does a nice job there. Look at all the field. I mean, you've got 5 Bears down there. How do you allow that to happen in that scenario? And what did we talk about, Kenny? Trying to get that first touchdown somewhere around that 2:06 mark, and it doesn't look like it's going to be possible for the Lions to be able to pull that off. With the return, we're down inside at 1:52.
So the Lions go for 2. Look to make it a 3-point game. Following the 85-yard punt return for a touchdown by Andre Roberts, Lions' first TD today. And now Stafford throws, and it's complete. There's Golden Tate, who we have not seen on the field in quite some time. Makes it a 3-point game. 17-14. Bears with the lead.
Unbelievable by Andre Roberts on the return. And then the 2-point play by Golden Tate.
Is sponsored by Sprint. Switch and save today. Learn more at sprint.com/network.
Back in Chicago as the Lions set up for the onside kick. The officials prepare during the break as well.
You want to go over all the specialties in this scenario. The alignment pre-kick. Make sure that they're in the correct alignment. What the potentials are right here. We saw, as a Bears fan, you saw the surprise onside. The kicking is a vertical plane. So if you break that plane, you're offsides.
If the Bears recover, they will be able to run out the clock. With the Lions out of timeouts.
Wow. You talk about freezing a kicker on a game-winning field goal. That was a nice job by Chicago right there, because the Lions were going to overload that right side, get the shift by Chicago to their left, and then they're going to try and change it at the last second. And the timeout stalls that whole thing.
So there's Sam Martin. He's the Lions punter and kickoff specialist. Detroit will set it up once again. But remember, if the Bears recover, that will be it. They can run out the clock because the Lions are out of timeouts.
So you got Alshon Jeffrey to the top of the screen. Here's Alshon Jeffrey. Here's Cameron Meredith. These are your catchers, okay? These guys here are your blockers. So they're going to take up all the guys that are coming down on that kick, allow the free catch behind them. The job for Sam Martin right now, put that blocking area, that element, into an indecision. Do I go get it? Do I wait on it? Do I let it pass to my guy designed to catch it behind me?
All right, here we go. Martin picks left. Must go 10 yards. Another flag is thrown. Bears recover.
Well, you know what? I thought Cameron Meredith touched the ball, so it'll be interesting to see if they call a legal touch. I thought it was Cameron Meredith who did it, so now that should be a live ball, even though he touches it inside the 10. Yeah, the Bears come up with the football, but once 81, Cameron Meredith touches it, that should have been live for the Lions to recover. So let's watch. This is not executed well. It's not going to go 10 yards. It's got to go 10. It's not going to make it. Now watch 81 come in here. I think 81 hits it more than Don Carey. Don Carey knows he can't touch that ball inside 10 yards.
Illegal touching of the kick prior to going 10 yards, number 29 on the kicking team. This 5-yard penalty will be added to the recovery spot. Chicago's ball, first down.
But I agree with you. It looked like Meredith touched it first.
It really did. Let's see if it gets through all these people clean. It's past Quandre Diggs, 28. It hits Miles Killebrew, 35. Right. It looks like it hit 35.
Tony Correnti announced 29, but it did hit 35, Killebrew. So now the Bears will run out the clock following the wild last couple of minutes. And we head to Los Angeles, check in with Carissa.
Kenny, a historic day for Julio Jones on a slant route, a perfectly thrown ball from Matt Ryan's 75-yard touchdown reception. Julio Jones now has 300 yards on the day, only the 6th time in NFL history a player has massed 300-plus yards. Falcons up 41-26. Kenny?
Wow, what a day for the Falcons. Thanks, Carissa. State Farm Game Break Show coming up next. Great job by our entire crew here in Chicago, led by producer Barry Landis, director Brian Lilly, associate director Joe Williams, broadcast associate Paul Marlborough. Our technical producer is Sid Drexler, technical director Jared Legrani. Thanks to our statistician Dave Corris, crunching the numbers, along with Rick Camps and our spotter Ben Boma. The Bears had gone nearly a year since winning a game here at Soldier Field last October 4th over the Raiders. They had lost 6 straight. Have never lost 7 in a row at home in franchise history. Brian Hoyer will go to 16-12 as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Up next for the Bears, a trip to Indianapolis. Yes, the Colts in action next week despite playing in London today. Bears win for the first time this season. Lions drop to 1-3. They will host the Philadelphia Eagles next Sunday as John Fox and Jim Caldwell embrace. First time Caldwell has ever lost to the Bears. He had been 4-0 against Chicago. Matthew Stafford, no touchdown passes, 2 interceptions today. State Farm Game Break coming up. Bonus coverage as well of the Falcons and the Panthers. Atlanta with a 41-26 lead on Carolina late 4th quarter. Here in Chicago, 17-14 win for the Bears, so for the Lions. For Darryl Johnston, Laura Oatman, and our entire crew, this is Kenny Albert saying so long from Soldier Field. State Farm Game Break with Kurt Menefee coming up.